What's good, Blast Up Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Today we're going to be doing a review from Jeremy Hill. Shout out to this brother. Now, I know Jeremy was saying that if you use any of his catchphrases like musty back health and all this stuff, I know he said that if you use that, it's copyrighted under him. So it's his catchphrase. So that means if you use any of his catchphrases, you could potentially get sued. So I'm not going to be using any of his catchphrases, although that shit's funny as hell. But today we're going to be doing a review from this video, and this is about black women not being able to compete. Yeah, let's get it.
Now, because this is not the show for you. Now, in this reaction video, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to describe to you or tell you why today's modern day black woman really is not competition. Just like Soraya Brooks said, they really are not no competition. And I'm going to break it down for you real quick with some clips. This is for educational purposes only, to educate you why, to let you know why they're not no competition. Hold on one second. Hope y'all enjoyed your weekend. Let me go ahead and put it on the screen for you. Give me a moment. You know how I get down. Boom. I want you to hear this one right here, this moron. Let's get it.
One thing about me is I will never, ever, ever be in competition with another girl over a man. You can have him, take him. It's like a switch that switches. And I see a person that I like or I enjoy spending time with, that I'm in a relationship with, etc., etc., giving attention or prioritizing another woman over me. Something in my head just switches off. I am turned off completely. I no longer have feelings. It's just something innately that happens in me. I completely take myself out of the equation and I...
Good. Keep yourself out the equation. This is the problem with American black women, in my most humble opinion. Every other race of woman understand the importance of competing for a good man. Every one of them except black women, okay? Women, let me tell you something about women. Women have no issues competing for that senior position at the job in corporate America. They have no problem competing for a promotion. They have no problem competing for a job, trying to beat out all the applicants who want to be at the job. You know why? Because they value what it is that they're competing for. When a woman don't value a man, especially American black women, they would not compete for an American black man simply because they don't value American black men, okay? You only compete for something that you think is a prize. When you compete for something, you feel that you are winning something good. When a woman gets a black man, they don't think they're getting anything good. They just think they got someone that's supposed to be a subservient to them and they can walk over and run over, talk to them crazy. So that's why. See, we live in a time now where black women do not want to compete, but black women want to belong. Okay? Let me break that down. When you want to belong, you want to be accepted by whoever it is, by your peers, by your colleagues, by your man. When you want to belong, you want to feel that you can fit in to their program. Women want to belong to black men only if the black man will accept them for who they are. To accept them for all the emotional traumas and baggage that they got. To accept them if they got 2 or 3 different baby daddies. To accept them if they are 50 or 60, 70 pounds overweight. They want you to accept them. They don't want to compete for you. They want to belong to you. They do not want to compete for you. Excuse me, rather. They don't want to compete for you. They just want to feel as if they are belonging to you, that they are accepted by you. Black women do not compete. They just want to belong. I hope I didn't mess that up too much. It's so much passion coming out this thing right now, but that's what it is. We got women right now who will not submit because they are unable to commit to something that they value. Women only submit to something that is valuable to them. For example, when they want to get their degrees, they have to submit to all the policies and regulations of that educational institution. They have to follow the dress codes and all that stuff like that. They have to commit to that. And then they have to commit to a certain regimen, a certain type of schedule to study, to be there on time. Because submission and commitment is the same thing. So if a woman cannot submit to a man, then she cannot commit to a man. You cannot separate submission and commitment. You can't. So again, today's modern day black woman only wants to have a sense of belonging. She doesn't want to have an attitude of competition. This is why y'all losing. All it takes is for one woman to act more feminine than you, carry herself with a better attitude than you, still look sexy, but don't dress as whorish as you do, and she can get the same man that you want because you are no competition at that point. Let's keep going.
I leave. I remove my presence completely. I'm not even sure what that feeling is, but if I had to pinpoint it, it feels as if another woman can take what is mine.
And she...
You know, I just want to interject right here and shout out to Jeremy. Please don't strike my channel, big dog. I'm really not trying to steal your content, big dog. But here's what I want to say about this. And this goes back to a video I just did either the day before yesterday. Well, either yesterday or the day before yesterday. The woman said that she didn't want to compete for a man because she's the woman. Now, I just want to say something here. And ladies, answer this for me. If you say that you are the one, you're the woman, then tell me, why hasn't that man picked you? If you say that you don't want to compete and that you're the best, why aren't your results showing that you are the best? And what I see is a lot of black women say that they don't want to compete for a man. But they'll be the same ones talking about, I want to compete for my job. I want to compete for my position at work. I want to compete for a car or some shit like that. Or I want to literally go out here and, like in Atlanta, I want to raise hell at a beauty supply store in competition with other women to try to get some free products. We know that's what happened. They was trying to compete with each other to try to get that shit. We already know. But you'll be willing to compete for shit that don't matter. But then you'll fall off the ball when it comes to competing for a man that actually is worth the damn. I never understood that. Because if you really want to be honest here, you saying that you wouldn't compete for that man. But let me ask you this. Could you not competing for that man, could that potentially lead to something else? Could that potentially lead to you actually getting the man that you want, the man that you value, if you competed for him? I'm just trying to be honest with you guys here. You always want to compete for something that's not even really relevant, but you'll be willing to throw away every chance or opportunity you get at getting a man that's actually worth something by not even competing. If I gotta compete, or if I gotta compete and then another woman can come in and take him up under me, then I don't want him. What kind of shit is that to say? You want men to compete for you against other men, but you're not even willing to compete with other women against for the man that you want? That never computed for me in life. That never computed. Because y'all say that y'all want this 100K man. Okay? You want this man making over 100K. Okay. That's understandable. He makes over 100K. Then turn around, this man got hundreds of thousands of women that's literally chasing after him, just to try to get to know him, get to actually date him, talk to him, all this shit. And then you go out here, you're angry because you have to compete for that man. Then what? You decide that you don't want to compete. And after you don't compete, that man wins. Well, I should say that woman wins, gets with him, and they create a family. Then you raising hell because that was supposed to be your man, but you didn't go out there and compete for him. So he said, fuck it, turned his nose up to you and doggone dipped out on your ass. And now you over here angry as a son bitch. That doesn't make sense to me at all. Y'all be the very ones angry as hell about that man getting with Becky, that man getting with Maria, that man getting with some other race of woman. But it could have been you if you would have competed with against the other women and shown that you were a better pick. To me, it just sounds like this. The reason why you don't want to compete is because you have nothing that will give you an advantage in competition. So you have to rely on tricks and trickery of words to win. Oh, I got the tightest coochie. I got the best this. I got all of this and that. Okay? But then when he gets it, it's not as good as as it's supposed to be. And then in the meantime, you're angry because that man isn't really paying any attention to you or cheating on you because you don't want to compete. Life is about competition. You can't go throughout life without competing for something. I'm competing right now with millions of other chances to get your view. I'm in competition with the world at this point. I'm trying to get your view. I'm competing to keep my job every day. I have to put out a certain amount of cars. I have to put out a certain amount of I have to bring in a certain amount of money a day. I have to do that. I'm competing to keep my job. You're competing to keep your job every day. If you don't come in and perform at a good percentage every day, you may have one day, but for the most part, for the most time that you're at work, you don't produce, you get your ass fired. They hire the next motherfucker come in and do your job even better than you will. So you're competing to keep your job every day. You'll compete for the job, but you won't compete for the man. That's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, channel, support the podcast, Spotlight.com. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys for listening. Bye, guys.